Hello there everyone, and welcome. This is your host Pagawiggy, and today we're going to talk about the most horrible weapons in Mordhau. We're going to start with the worst weapon, working our way up to the best weapon on the list. So generally speaking, using the last weapon on this list isn't so bad. Hands down, the worst weapon in all of Mordhau is the carving knife. The carving knife is beyond atrocious because it does pitiful damage, even though it has a very quick attack speed. In addition to this, you have basically the worst range out of all the weapons in the game. But the thing that really makes this weapon stand out as the worst weapon in the game is the fact that it doesn't cancel an enemy's attack during their wind-up when you hit them. This means that in order to wield the carving knife like a pro, you will need to be a parry god. If your enemy realizes at any point that they can just attack through your shitty slashes and stabs, you're basically done for. The best way to make this weapon viable is to attack during people's wind-ups, and then parry that incoming attack. Or, you can just attack when you can, but you always have to be ready to use that parry. Using this weapon is very difficult, so it should only be primarily used for trolling people that are utter garbage at this game. Using your fist is honestly easier than trying to make this thing work, but at least it can parry some attacks though. The second worst weapon in the game is the training sword. This is very intentional, and it gives us the ability to practice the intricacies of Mordhau, like chambering. The training sword, however, does less damage than the carving knife, so what exactly makes it better? Well, the reason the training sword is slightly better than the carving knife is that it can attack at a greater range, and it can cancel an enemy's wind-up when they get hit. For humiliating the worst of the worst, sticking to the carving knife is a good option, but if you want to be able to stand a better chance for humiliating people, use the training sword instead. Fisting your enemies to death is also a very shitty way to go about playing Mordhau, but it's fairly honorable, and rather amusing. A good old-fashioned fist fight is always fun in Mordhau, but if you're using your fist against somebody who has a decent weapon, you're probably at a big disadvantage, unless they're an absolute noob. Or if you're fighting the carving knife. This is because you can attack through the carving knife slashes, and, in all, you do more DPS than the carving knife ever could. Using the fist against the training sword is a little bit harder than using it against the carving knife, but it's doable if you're good enough, and if the person you're fighting sucks. In all, fists aren't the worst weapon in Mordhau, but they're not the best either. Next up is the Dagger. This is the point where I decided that I didn't want to mock peasant weapons anymore. The Dagger isn't nearly as bad as the carving knife, but it's not good either. In fact, I'd rather have a quarterstaff. The Dagger works like any other weapon in the game, and it doesn't have any bullshit like the carving knife where you can't cancel an enemy's wind-up. But the Dagger is simply ultra short range. Short range to the point that fists become viable against decent wielders of the Dagger. Despite its range limitations, however, the Dagger is swift and can be thrown, so it has decent utility in that respect, but nothing to gloat about. The final worst weapon in the game is the Catapult. I had to throw this one into the list because I'm sick and tired of dying on front lines to teammates that think it's worth it to get one kill for 3 TKs. Such assholes. While awesome in concept, the Catapult in game is atrocious, because there's almost no destructible environments to interact it with, and its primarily purpose is a team-killing machine. I'm fairly certain I've died by teammates with catapults far more often than by enemies. Let's try and make Mordhau a better place, and try to aim the catapult at the enemy's spawn rather than areas where your teammates are running into. Then perhaps team kills will happen slightly less often. And then perhaps people on your team will stop team killing you because you haven't been team killing others with the catapult. Well, to sum it all up, the carving knife is basically dog shit, and you're better off to gouge out your own eyes with it than to try to fight anyone. But I guess it's sort of funny to use. The training sword's lack of damage puts it in close second for the stinkiest turd in all of Mordhau, but it can be used fairly well by a good swordsman. If you're decent at Mordhau, you can probably beat the carving knife and training sword barehanded, so the old-fashioned fistaroos are pretty good. The Dagger is pretty much the worst weapon that you can use for a regular class, but it's not nearly as bad as the other weapons mentioned in the list. The Catapult, however, is the bane to everyone's existence, thus it will not be commented on further. Well, that's it for this video, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and comment for more great content just like this. Go ahead and leave a comment below with any feedback or suggestions for other future videos, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.